Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. Now today, happy Australia Day everyone, or Invasion Day if you are Indigenous. But I mean, I wouldn't come to be here if we weren't the way we are nowadays. But you know what I mean? So I have kids with an Indigenous lady, so I have half Indigenous children. So but I still look at it like it's a day to you can acknowledge the past, but you got to still enjoy the day off and the holiday and the long weekend, guys. So definitely have a barbecue or light up something, and it's like a barbecue. Alrighty, so pretty much we have a Petite Coronation. This is the tubos it comes in. If you'll focus, there we go. Alrighty, Habanos. Alright. Now, this retails for roughly $30 here in Australia. It is a 4 by 5/8, 4 4 5/8. Four. I failed maths, but it's a 40 ring gauge. Let me know how you say that. 4 5-8. Anyways, look at the band. If it'll focus, if it'll focus, not gonna focus, is it? But very elegant. Kind of reminds me of a Romeo y Julieta type of band. Maybe it's just too bright, eh? Anyways, so it says punch, it says Habana, Cuba. You know what? Let's get it cut. Oh, hold on. Let's see the iconic three. All right, so normally triple capped. So up on top, you're gonna see the three lines that show it's triple capped. And you know what? Ignore my dirty nails. I have been doing some art. Alrighty, so let's get this cat cut. Cat cut. Cap cut. Oh my goodness. I could take more. Man, this cutter sucks. Maybe I just sucked. What is going on here? Oh my goodness. You know what? This is so toothy looking at this. But I forgot to say, obviously upon opening, it is just so cedary. Like just you could just tell it's Cuban, you know? Well, they wouldn't be faking a punch anyways, but let's have a cold draw. Let's get some of that off. Oh dear. Tight. But good. You know what? Let's pour up something to match up with this, and you know what? We'll go get it lit and we'll go see how it tastes together. So what I have here is a Wild Turkey 101. Now I figured, you know what? All bourbon will go well. Ignore the dirty glass. This is a functional bar. Alrighties. Now, let's get outside and let's go get this lit. Oh my goodness. Look at the toothiness in this. Let me show you this. If you guys could even see that? Oh my goodness. Maybe it'll be more predominant when we get outside. Oh my goodness. It's just so toothy. So toothy. Anyways, let's go get it lit. Let's go. Well, we're outside and the color looks really light and creamy. And see that? That's pretty much like the tooth right there, I'm pretty sure. Look at that. Look at that. Is that toothy or is that toothy? Is that toothy? Alrighties, you know what? Let's get it lit. Let's see how it tastes. Alrighties. You know what? Oh, yeah. Oh, a bit windy out here. It's always windy around these parts. You know what? That would do it. Oh, look at that. That's what you don't want to do, guys. You don't want to over torch it, but here we are. Alrighties, now. Let's see what we get. Alrighties. Oh, cedar, woody. Oh, you know what? I was meant to do a tutorial on how to blow smoke rings, but you know what? It is a little bit breezy out here. It wouldn't be a real good video trying to explain it, but you're going to be professional if you can nail it in the breeze, in the wind, outside, right? Retro, slight white pepper, but that cedar, that woody note is coming in. I mean, what are you going to call that? Like a sweet barnyard Cuban funk? Straight retro was just earthy. I mean, it wasn't like a punchy in your face, you can't handle it, but you can feel the heat there. You can feel that little light white pepper spice. You could almost say it's like a little slight cinnamon. Well, I'll keep enjoying this down through this first third, and I'll tune back in when we hit the second third. And I'll grab that bourbon, so I should go do that now. First third, still enjoyable. Let's say I am getting like a slight graham cracker kind of note, but then that espresso, like I'm not gonna say like creamy like a cappuccino or nothing. It's more like an espresso coffee notes coming out in the back palate. But you know what? I just noticed a little ding. See that little ding? Anyways, hopefully that's not gonna be no issues, but damn, this is so toothy. Even a little slight green element right there. Anyways, let's continue through. I do have the bourbon here, so let's see what we get. Oh, earthy note just started to come out on the retro, but you know what? Let's have a sip, guys. Happy Australia Day, everyone. Cheers, everyone. Or Invasion Day, sorry. All right. Wild Turkey, this bottling right here, when I first uncorked it, I thought, man, Wild Turkey 101 must be getting crapper. Like there must be younger, barrels in there, and it's not the same as what I remember. But you know what? With this, it doesn't matter. It's all good. This tastes like an awesome bourbon with this. But you know what? We're going to continue smoking on through. And like I said, I will return back in the second third. Well, I don't know. I haven't been timing myself. I forgot to check the time, but maybe I'll start that from now. All right, it is 12:20. Remember that time, guys. And I accidentally just bumped the ash off. But if the ash matters to people, I mean, ash can determine if the construction is good. I mean, if the ash is holding, it means it was well constructed. But the whole ash being white thing and the whole, that could be the magnesium in the soil and all this jazz. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but we do try things for science a lot. Still very earthy. I mean, that cedary notes. That slight white pepper spice is always underlyingly there at the moment. I mean, I haven't yet acclimated, even though I have been retroing almost every puff that I have been having. Some people say you should maybe space out your retros and do one once or twice every third, but I like to enjoy it all, to be honest. And now we are heading into the second third right here, so I'm going to continue through and I'll come back in and share you my thoughts. Very barnyardy, very Cuban barnyardy. Not that I've ever been in Cuba, but if there's a barnyard in Cuba, it would probably be what that smells like. But you know what? Let's have another sip of this Wild Turkey 101. Oh, so beautiful. Ooh. All right, with this, obviously that Wild Turkey is a 6 to 8 year product. Now you're going to get a lot more of that bright. It's almost like you're going to get an element of it's youthful, or maybe it's watered down. But you know what? With a nice Cuban, it just brings out the oak, that age components. I always say this, it just brings out that cedary, that cigar note, which I just love. But you know what? I'm going to keep smoking through this second third, and we will see how we feel. But for all those that don't know, this is it's a Cuban, so everything is Cuban. It's Cuban wrapper, Cuban filler, Cuban binder holding the filler. So how's the burn line going? I mean, the burn line hasn't been really the straightest of burn lines, but you know what? Either way, it's the cheapest one you're going to find at your local tobacconist here in Australia. But we'll tune back in soon, guys. Definitely a medium-bodied cigar. I mean, straight off the bat, that spice, that deep, you know, that hit you in the face vibe wasn't there, so you could already tell it's a medium-bodied one. But you know what? It's enjoyable. Draw has been good. You know, that tight Cuban draw. The smoke doesn't feel like it's gushing out, but it's enough smoke production for you to feel like you are having a good, enjoyable cigar. Which reminds me, where is this glass? Cheers, everyone. Beautiful every time. And yes, it is boiling hot today, 2024 Australia Day, but you know what? I had to put this on because it holds the mic. But you know what? I'm not sweating. There you go. It's very enjoyable. Like when you hold the smoke in your mouth, it's not tingling, nothing like that. The Wild Turkey 101 probably tingles my mouth more, splushing it around. Which reminds me, I should pour up some more. Pause for the cork pop. Alrighties. Starting to be creamy now, so it is like a creamy espresso. Very earthy, very leathery books, very barnyardy. That spice is still there, but it's not really predominant. Let's carry on through. Going off memory, the Romeo y Julieta has more of the Cubanness. You know, it's probably more spicy, there's probably more punch to it, but it's named Punch, so it should have punched me in the face. But nah, if they wanted a more medium-bodied cigar, then they nailed it, this one. But we'll head on through to the final third soon, guys, and we're running out of recording time, but cheers, everyone. Side note, this wrapper did not feel real thick at all. But we are heading to the final third. Tune back soon. Cheers, everyone. We may be over enjoying this because we are starting to get a mushroomy note come in, but this ash is holding strong. If you guys can see that, we do need to remove this band if it will come off. Uh-oh, I just heard something crack. Oh, look at that, the leaf is cracking. That is not a good sign. That is not good. Oh, look at all this. Terrible, look at this. Look at all that. It just totally cracked the hell out of this. Oh my goodness, shouldn't have